Most older adults believe that strokes happen out of the blue. The reality, however, is that the risk of a stroke builds up silently over time. And many of the most dangerous factors have one thing in common: they happen at night. What you do while the rest of the world sleeps, your nightly habits, the food you eat, the way you rest, could be secretly sabotaging your brain, driving up your blood pressure, and weakening the very vessels that nourish your mind. This is not an exaggeration. Stroke is the second leading cause of death for people over 60. But what's even more shocking is that it's also one of the most preventable diseases if you know what to avoid. All of this quietly increases your stroke risk. And here is the crucial takeaway. A stroke is one of the most preventable medical emergencies. With just small adjustments to nightly routine, it can shield your brain, your heart, and your independence. If you are over 60 or if you care for someone who is, this video could be a lifesaver. Today, we will expose the 8 most dangerous nighttime habits that heighten your stroke risk without you even realizing it. Stay until the end, because habit number 2 is the most overlooked and the most lethal. If you care your health and your families, please like this video, share it, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps this vital information reach more people. Get ready to transform your nights and protect your brain while you sleep. Many assume a light dinner or a small snack before bed is harmless, but certain foods consumed at night can be a silent poison for your brain, especially in older adults. These foods elevate blood pressure, disrupt deep sleep, and promote brain inflammation, throwing the doors wide open for a stroke. Here are the 3 foods you must avoid at all costs before sleeping. First, cured and processed meats like ham, sausages, and bacon. These products are loaded with sodium and nitrites, substances that spike your blood pressure during the night. Going to sleep with hypertension is a direct recipe for a stroke. Second, fried or very fatty meals. Think French fries, pastries, and fatty cuts of meat. These foods slow down digestion, forcing your body to work overtime when it should be resting, and they increase the risk of cardiac arrhythmias. Third, refined sugars and industrial desserts like cookies, cakes, and ice cream. These foods trigger a glucose spike that destabilize your sleep rhythm, increase inflammation, and directly harm your brain's vascular health. Countless elder health eat these foods, oblivious to the damage they cause. But now, you know better. Make crunches changes to fresh, low-sodium foods with healthy fats and no added sugars. Your dinner can be either mission or preying for your brain. Chat, just affect yourself. Habit sign, sleeping in a chair instead of a bath, invisible risk of poor posture. After dinner or while watching TV, it might feel cozy to doze off in a reclining chair. But if this becomes a habit, you are unknowingly putting your brain health in jeopardy. Frequently sleeping in a chair causes your neck to bend forward, compressing crucial blood vessels that supply the brain. This posture impairs circulation and can lead to silent cumulative microstrokes, affecting your migraine, balance, and quality of life. Furthermore, without proper body alignment, your blood pressure tends to rise overnight, which overworks the heart and diminishes the quality of your rest. Deep sleep, the phase where the brain truly rests itself, becomes shy and easily interrupted. Men see us think a little nap in a chair is no harm, but if this is repeated night after night, your brain is resting. It's merely surviving. Make rest a real priority. Lie down in a comfortable bed with a pillow that keeps your neck aligned and establish a consistent sleep routine. Root sleepers into luxury, a necessity, and sleeping in the correct posture can mean difference between a sharp mind and an arc at the cerebrovascular event. Hypothetics, sleeping bright light on. How light confuses your brain and increases stroke risk. Sleeping the television on, routine lamps, routine lights, racing home tight. In reality, you are sending the wrong signals to your brain precisely when it needs to rest and repair the most. During the night, our body relies on total darkness to release melatonin, a hormone that calms the nervous system, lowers blood pressure, and cleanses the brain of toxins. Intense light, particularly the blue light from screens, tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. The result? Less melatonin, higher blood pressure, and a heart that never gets a break. Studies show that older people exposed to light at night experience more insomnia, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. All of this silently elevates the risk of suffering a stroke. What's the solution? Turn off all screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Use warm dim lights of to illuminate and store baguette curtains of street-like zashi. Your body and brain have an internal clock that requires darkness to function quickly. Don't let a lit lamp steal years of health from your brain. Tonight, make your bedroom a dark, tranquil sanctuary. Your heart and mind will thank you for it. Habit 5. Drinking too much water right before bed. How a good intention can disrupt your brain's repair cycle. Staying hydrated is vital, especially in our later years. However, drinking large amounts of water just before sleeping can be a silent threat for your brain. Why? Because it leads to frequent awakenings during the night to use the bathroom. Each time you get up, your blood pressure and heart rate fluctuate. The yo-yo effect is especially dangerous for people with high blood pressure and bone tissues, increasing the risk of falls or even a stroke. Moreover, interrupted sleep prevents the brain from entering the deep stages of repair. It's during deep sleep the brain's lymphatic system flushes out accumulated toxins. If you are constantly waking up, its vital pressures is cut short. So what's the strategy? Destroy your fluid intake throughout the day and taper off your liquid consumption 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. If you take diuretic medications, talk to your doctor about the best time to take them. The goal isn't to drink less, but to drink smarter. Give your body the chance to rest without interruption, and protect your brain with something simple as timing your last glass of water. Habit 4. Skipping or misusing nighttime medications designed to area that weakens your defense against stroke. Forgetting a dose of medication might seem like a small slip-up, but for many older adults, especially those taking drugs for blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart rhythm, this oversight can open a dangerous window of vulnerability for a stroke. Stroke risk naturally increases during the night and into the early morning hours. That's where many medications are designed to work while you sleep. If you skip them, your blood pressure can surge right down, the most critical time for a cerebral infarction. Even worse, some people try to compensate by taking a double dose the next day. This is not only ineffective but can be extremely dangerous. So how can we fight back? Use a pill organizer marked with days and times. Set alarms on your phone's reminders. If you have any doubts about when to take a medication, always consult your doctor or pharmacist. Being consistent with your medication is not optional. It is your shield against preventable emergencies. Don't put your brain at risk over a simple mistake. Make your nighttime care a sacred routine and let your body recover with the full support of what was prescribed to protect you. Habit 3. Ignoring loud snoring or sleep apnea, the sound that could be a cry for help. Do you snore at night? Do you know someone who does and dismisses it as normal? Pay close attention. Snoring could be a major red flag for sleep apnea, a serious condition to medically increase the risk of sleep. Apnea causes a brain to repeatedly stop and restart while you sleep, cutting off the oxygen supply to your brain again and again. This constant stress elevates blood pressure, triggers inflammation, and promotes cardiac arrhythmias. What's most alarming is that many older adults don't even know they're heavy. They feel tired at the time, wake up with a dry mouth or headache, and assume it's just supply to aging. Your brain pay attention to Hannah Verbrun again, and he should have been uncubun. Do I snore loudly? Do I stop breathing for moments at a time? Do I choke or gasp during the night? Effective treatments exist from respiratory devices and all appliances to lifestyle changes. But none of them matters if you know the signs. Sleeping well isn't just about rest, it's about cerebral smoying. Breathing that interrupts my suit might be best to protect you of that. Habit 2. Sleeping with high blood pressure the same during that acts at night. Of all the dangerous nighttime habits, this is the quietest and the most lethal. Going to bed with elevated blood pressure is one of the single greatest risk factors for suffering a stroke in your sleep. Normally, blood pressure should dip during the night, allowing the heart and brain to rest. But in many older adults, this dip doesn't happen. This condition is called nocturnal hypertension, and it's devastating because it shows no obvious symptoms. When pressure remains high, the arteries stay tense and become progressively damaged, multiplying the risk of brain hemorrhages and clots, especially during the first few hours of the morning. How do you know if this is happening too? More to you per your own, both at night and upon waking. If the readings are consistently high, speak with the doctor immediately. You may need to adjust your medication. You use a 24-hour monitoring device. Nocturnal hypertension is like an alarm that rings without a sound, but now that you know about it, you can take action. Sleeping with your blood pressure under control is one of the most powerful ways to protect your brain after the age of 60. Now you know the 8 nighttime habits that can suddenly increase your stroke risk. You hold the power to change your destiny. Each of these behaviors seems small, but together, they can mean the difference between a protected mind and an unexpected emergency. You don't need to transform everything at once. Start with just one. Tonight, turn off the lights, avoid those triggering foods, measure your pressure, adjust your posture, take your medication on time. These are small steps that save lives. And if you haven't already, download the Senior Health Tracker now, our doctor-approved app designed especially for people over 60. It helps you log your sleep, blood pressure, and symptoms, detecting dangerous patterns before it's too late. Thousands of older adults are already using it. You can be the next to protect your brain with the touch of a button. The current batch is almost full. Click the link, download it, and start taking care of yourself right now. If this video helped you, give it a like, leave a comment below, and share it with someone you love. Together, we can save lives with reliable, accessible information. It's never too late to protect your health. It's never too late to begin again.